Nobody wants to be in their bedroom all day long. People want to be out and about. They want to be living their life. They don't want to feel constrained by a medical device and its limitations.
The people that overcome life-changing injuries are those that are unwilling to let those injuries destroy their life.
Lo had a lot of obstacles to overcome to live life to her fullest potential. I'm going to tell a little story that is a little hard. In the car, Loa was driving, but I was in the car, and I had a lot of guilt about not being able to help her.
I just remember the last thought that I had was that I just killed a car full of people. And that car was full of my family. And fortunately, I was the one that was injured the worst. Do I get another one? Oh, thank you.
To be connected to a ventilator, to be connected to something you depend on literally to live every day, it's tremendously emotional and tremendously personal.
My father was diagnosed with ALS. The patients most often die from respiratory failure. And all of a sudden, this career that I had became very personal because my father had to make a decision whether or not to go on a ventilator.
And his father chose not to go on a ventilator.
And in the day, the ventilators were huge. And once you got put on a ventilator, you basically weren't mobile.
I think you could probably imagine what that must have felt like to innovate so many designs and then have someone that you love not go on a ventilator.
So that's what drove us, essentially, is this continual overriding when we'd have these discussions, and in the end we'd say, but what does the patient need?
This is your standard ventilator device, oxygen concentrator, cough assist, suction pump, and nebulizer. All these devices come with power cords, cables. You couldn't possibly put them all in one hand. You've got 70, 80 pounds of equipment.
So what the VOCSN does is it unifies all of those and brings them together in a common place that can move with the patient.
You're constantly being told what you're going to do isn't going to happen, isn't going to be possible. You've got to start with what do the patients and caregivers need and what's going to change somebody's life. And sometimes that seems impossible, but that's what makes all the difference. That's the innovation.
I missed you!
The fact that they do have those 5 therapies and you don't have to carry an oxygen tank and suction equipment, it's enormous.
It's just a better way to do care. And then the other benefit is you get to be mobile and you go out and live your life.
Suddenly you have VOCSN that makes it so easy to live an active life, and you're not restricted by what happened to you, but you're given an opportunity to continue to live a full and fulfilling life.
Loa's a really incredible person, and she's a force of nature. She had a slew of feedback for us.
I think every day, Loa proves that Loa can do whatever she wants.
And we invited her into our world, and she invited us into hers. And together, we've just had this incredible partnership.
Doug has dedicated his life to the technology of ventilation. This man and the people and the companies that he built have been keeping me alive since my injury. My quality of life is wrapped up in this man and his vision.
Thomas Edison said it best. He said the only difference between him and the common man was he called elbow grease. Meaning when he developed the electric light bulb, he tried 10,000 different materials before he ended up with tungsten. And so a big part of it is just stick-to-itiveness and sticking with it and not compromising.
I remember we were in the trauma center and my nurse brought her in to see me. And I asked her to fight. I asked her to fight to live for me, which was maybe a little selfish. And she said, okay, I will fight. And she's just never forgotten that promise, and she's always fought.